What is going on, DB Gang? It's your boy, DBGTX-YT, and I am coming with a special how-to video. I don't see this, I haven't heard this being talked about a lot because I don't think, in my opinion, I don't think that the people who pay for this particular game really care to address this issue or address this, and in their eyes, because they have the best cards in the game, it usually they could use those best cards in the game and automatically they have a higher chance of getting, let's say for example, of beating these particular missions and whatnot. But I got this video and I'm making this video. This is for the free-to-play players, and I think that this video in particular is actually going to help the whole entirety of a lot of people in the Dragon Ball community that do not know this. So I'm hoping that you guys go ahead and share this particular information, because this is some crucial stuff, just in case if you're new to the channel, if you're new to Dragon Ball Legends, if you have been playing for a while, been struggling with the Ultra Space Time Rush. That is right. If you've been struggling with the Ultra Space Time Rush, I am going to give you the secret to passing them. Alright, so now you guys are wondering why I got TN up here on the board and whatnot, EXTN. There's a particular thing that I noticed while I was playing with on stream earlier today, and I was mentioning it on stream, but I wanted to make sure that I was actually right about this. Nobody's confirmed it yet, because I think none of the P2W players really care about it, because naturally they already have this because they have the better cards. So check this out. What's going on is that when you're playing the Ultra Space Time Rush, there are booster tags, right? And when you look at the booster tags, you look at each tag. It says like Hybrid Saiyan, it says, Regen, it says Super Warrior, whatever. As you can see, TN is a Super Warrior, right? So I was like, okay, well, if the Super Warriors are the best, in my head I'm like, the Super Warriors are getting plus 200 on their damage output, right? So that means that that's the best tag to have, correct? Correct me if I'm wrong. So I was like, damn, I will have to train all of these, regular Earthlings or whatever the case might be to have a good chance of beating these people. So I went ahead and trained TN all the way up to level 3000, right? Long story short, I trained them all the way up to level 3000. And what I came to realize is this. When I came over to the strategy hint section, I was thinking, like, what the heck am I supposed to do, so on and so forth, because a lot of these characters are strong as hell, like, or they keep killing me in a few hits, and I don't have enough sparkings to get to the final rush, right? And what ended up happening was that when I looked at the strategy hints, this right here gave it all away to me. It at first doesn't make sense, but if you're a free-to-play player, they've made it easy for you. We are the ones that didn't do the math here. What's happening is that if you have a Super Warrior, right, you get the inflicted damage plus 200 on the buff, correct? If that Super Warrior just so happens to be a regen, you also get this buff, right? And if it just so happened that that particular regen is a Frieza Saga regen, right, you also get that buff. But let's be clear about this. This is the most important one right here, the Extreme and the Heroes. These two right here are the most important ones of all, right here. Because what the Ultra Space Time Rush is trying to make you do is not use your sparking units. That's the secret to it. As I use TN, and not the one that I was just training, if not my other TN Shinhan, you know, I've been buffing him and whatnot. And I got him, if I'm correct, I got him, you know, all the way to the last thing right here. With this particular TN, without even getting him to 100%, guys. I am explaining to you a key thing to victory, so you guys don't struggle. So you guys are not having such a rough with it. This is the reason why it doesn't make a difference for the P2W players, is because when you have a sparking unit and you get, let's say for example, legendary finish Goten, right? Legendary finish Goten, not only does it have the sparking buffs because it's a stronger card than the extremes, right? It's also going to have the purple tag buff. It's going to have that hybrid tag buff. So those are two buffs that is going to get. You see what I'm saying? And that is the key as to why the play to win players don't really struggle as much. But at the same time they do, because they go ahead and run out of sparking cards, or their sparking card arsenal starts running low, and then towards the end you start having a little bit of a struggling issue there. But like when you off the gate, maybe the first 5-6 rushes are easy for a lot of the pay to win players, because they already have the legendary finishes. They already have certain cards. They already have the tags there naturally. Here I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a pure example, an actual fighting example on screen, so you guys can see how. And I'm gonna reset my my rush, so you guys can see exactly what I mean. Okay. The first guy right here has he's green. So the challenge is to use a purple, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and toss out Trunks in this particular case, right? Trunks is an extreme. So as far as the tags that he's gonna get buff on, as you guys can see over here in the details, he's gonna get a buff on the hybrid, he's gonna get a buff on the extreme, and he's gonna get a buff on the purple. 3 buffs. In the heroes section that I have a Frieza, right? That has the same thing. It has a purple hero Frieza Saga, 3 buffs, right? You get those characters to as high level as you can, doing the limit breaks or doing the soul boost. And it's going to go so buttery smooth for you guys. You don't even know. So now, let me put that to the test. Here's my EX Trunks, right? My EX Trunks has not even been trained. No training, no nothing. You can check it out for yourself. The buffs that I got there is 2, right? Let's give him another one. Look, I don't even have enough to give him another one, right? Okay, let's leave it at that. My TN, Trunks, TN. Those flip sides right here, Trunks, right? TN for that one. And then for Goku, I'm going to go ahead and put, let's say, I'm going to use this TN. So I'm going to have 2 TNs. That's going to be Extreme, Super Warrior, Extreme, Super Warrior, and Extreme and Super Warrior. Extreme, Super Warrior. See, those 2 are going to have Extreme Super Warrior, Extreme Super Warrior tags. And then this guy right here is going to have 3 tags, right? We're going to go ahead and start the battle. Alright, here we go. So he comes to attacks, right? As you guys can see, my damage output is pretty good, right? I'm going to go ahead and hit him with a blast. Boom. Look. Right? When he hits me, look. Look at how much damage. I showed you guys. I just showed you guys that I have not trained this guy at all whatsoever. Look at how much damage he took from me. It's like I'm battling him straight on. Like if me and him are at the same level, right? Cool. Right? It's like me and him are at the same level, right? Here we go. I'm going to use my Rising Rush. Check it out. So I'll go ahead and use my Rising Rush. Look how much damage I am taking with my Rising Rush, guys. Now, look how much damage I am going to take when I finalize the Rising Rush. 2 million on the damage output. 2 million on the damage output, guys. This is without a doubt the reason why we've been losing this whole entire time. We just never was doing math. There's a math stacker on here. The things, the boost tags stack, and that is the key to the victory. To victory to all these space-time rushes, that is the key to it. You have to stack them. You can't play with your sparkings. Your sparkings, honestly, to be honest, your sparkings will hinder you in this particular matter. Now, the next rush is going to probably include a little bit of everything. But as far as you guys can see on screen, I'm not having the difficulty. I'm talking and playing at the same time. Again, like I said beforehand, I have not boosted none of my characters. All I've done is very simple soul boost. I've done like maybe 1 or 2. All you need is 3 soul boosts max per each character, and you will be set. You don't even need to max them. You just need about 3 of them. 3 soul boosts and you'll be set. And the thing is, sometimes you may end up losing a character, you know, or something like that. But that's fine. Like, sometimes you may end up losing a round in the later rounds. But losing 1 round and then coming back with the very next, in the very next round, and just having to beat them with like a card that's useless in this whole thing, like that doesn't require a buff or whatever. It is just like a advantage card or whatever. That right there, that's it. That's all you need. Like that. And maybe if he doesn't kill me with a Ki Blast, yep, he killed me with a Ki Blast. But that's totally fine. As you guys can see in the video, without me having to do too much, I reduced them basically to nothing. So a little mistake of mine here and there, and maybe just me moving a little bit better, or I would have been resolved with this one. And then, as you guys can see, he's gone. He's totally gone. So right now, the challenge tells me to use a purple, right? I can go ahead and just pick, let's say, here, right? I could just pick Bardock, for example, who will have only 1 buff, which will be extreme, the extreme buff, right? And that's just to fight Goku. But I want to go ahead, let's go ahead and take it a step further. So just in case, so we don't lose extra stuff, we're going to go ahead and use the Sparking, because the Sparking will have additional multiplier just because it's a Sparking or something, just because it's a Sparking, right? And then we go into the filter, and let's say we go to the heroes, right? And you take, let's say, this, just so you can have a purple in there. Throw in a purple. And pretty much something like that. See? And go ahead, just pick a character, random character that doesn't have any buffs or anything like that, like on your sparking units, you know, reduce them down to whatever. Then just pick one random character that, you know, doesn't have any buffs or whatever the case might be, and you will complete the challenge. And there you have it, like that. Simple as that. If I had gone ahead and, you know, stepped back or done a little bit here, a little bit there, it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, is the importance of stacking your boost tags. Do that. Train your hero cards all the way up to 598 if you need to, because obviously your heroes will be weaker than your extreme cards. But as far as your extreme cards, all you have to do is level them up 3 times on the soul boost, and you shall be fine. You should be able to go ahead and knock a lot of these particular rushes out of the way. And then when you get to the end rushes, I will recommend you, if you have the Great Saiyan Man, yes, that is right, the Great Saiyan Man, or if you manage to collect enough of the Manju whites and blacks or whatnot, they'll give you the Extreme Krillin and Gohan from Namek. Those cards, those 3 cards, are the best unit to use right here in this particular thing. If you do not have like the Legends limited cards, you want to have Great Saiyan Man, you want to have Krillin from the Krillin armored Krillin that you get with the Night Festival, and you want to go ahead and get the Gohan from the Night Festival. That is running out pretty soon, so I am telling you guys right now, do those Manju toys, whatever it is, collect them as much as you can, and try to get yourself those Krillins. If you try to get yourself those cards, if you really are having a hard time getting through these rushes, try to get yourself those cards. But at the end of the day, if you don't have the time to go ahead and do that and whatnot, then what you will do is, like I already mentioned, you can go ahead and train the cards that I showed you, the Super Warrior cards, the Namek Saga Frieza cards. Those in particular are very key. If you train all of the all of the Frieza cards, hero cards, and extreme cards to level 3000, and you buff them up to at least 3 times the soul boost, you have already an army. Zarbon, the Doria, all of those people, the Ginyu Force, all of those people will have buffs, will have 3 tags of buffs. You need to get on it, and that is how you will get these rushes done. That's it. That being said, I'll leave it at that. Share the video. If you like the video, make sure you hit that sub. You already know DB, the anime guy, bringing you guys the heat, the informations, and of course, the best how-tos on YouTube and on Twitch. Holla at your boy, DBGTX. Over and out.